Dream.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are in Arco and I'm doing this demo as Italian Bonsai Dream School on this beautiful Kishu juniper from Japan. During the last UBI and EBS Italian National Show in Arco, I had the chance as Italian Bonsai Dream School to do a demo with my students on this beautiful Kishu juniper. Originally, this tree was imported by Japan and is a natural Yamadori Kishu juniper, probably from the south part of Japan. A very rare and beautiful material to create a beautiful bonsai. It was already a bonsai in Japan, but when it was imported in Europe, it got some problem. And when the previous owner sold me the tree, I took 3 years to get the tree back earthy and in shape, especially because a lot of the lower branches died, so I had to rebuild a lot of lines in order to recreate the lower structure of the tree. As you can see, the first work we did with the student is to clean very well the deadwood and the live lines. And in the meantime, we clean also the inner section of the branches where we have a lot of weak and dead foliage that we don't need in order to wire and be able to open up the new structure properly. The group is very well composed. My student work very well. Matteo is taking care of cleaning the live line, helped by Ferdinando, while Christian is doing a lower gin, probably from a original branch that died. The tree had a beautiful character in the trunk with this wavy movement between live line and deadwood, especially the lower section of the trunk with this wave and this beautiful live line is fantastic. That left gin I bent using water and fire 1 year ago, because originally it was connected under the second section of the trunk. Now is in the perfect position. It's time to wire the branches, so everything is nice and clean, and I start putting all the structural wire because I know the direction I want to move the structural lines, especially, as I said, the lower lines of the branches that now are very nice and extended and will help me to recreate completely the lower section of the trunk. I have already the idea of the new angle and inclination, but I want to do all the technical work before I'm able to set the tree in the final position and start styling the branches. The process of wiring is very important. I clean the underneath section of the longer lines and I wire with very good care of not crashing the nice young foliage that I need to be very active and strong next spring to set very well the structure that we are creating right now. I clean with my scissor the lower part of the branches while I wire up the structural lines. After that, my student will follow up my work by wiring all the other secondary and tertiary branches.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Now that all the structural branches are wired up, my students take care of the different section and different part of the tree, wiring all the finer vegetation. As I said, the intermediate and lower part of the tree was let free to grow, and we have a very good extension, while the apex, that was the most mature part of the tree from the original bonsai, was kept pruned, so we don't have to do much wiring on the apex. As you can see, every guy is taking care of a section, and from inside outside wiring very well all the branches until the tip. We have to position well every single little branch in order to recreate the pads and the nice volume that will give to this tree a beautiful final shape. The work keep going. All the demo was done only in 3.5 hours, so we have to work very quick and precisely in order to do a very good job and at the end get a beautiful result. It's very good to work in team because with my student, everyone knows what he has to do in the perfect timing, and we work very well all together. Now that the tree is completely wired, with the help of Walter and the help of this beautiful Tecnica bonsai working table, we are able to set the tree in the proper angle. The table can be twisted and fixed in the position we want, and this is helping us a lot with the final angle. I want to verticalize the tree in order to recreate the proper shape and also put in evidence especially the second section of the trunk that with the original angle was a little bit too horizontal. Now we have this beautiful elbow pointing up, and then the secondary section of the trunk going down and up again, creating a beautiful movement.
I don't wanna miss a beat, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
As always, the work starts from the lower branches. I need to bring vegetation to the left part, embracing the beautiful elbow. So I move down the structural branches and I open up the finest foliage, start filling the spaces, and always imagine how the pads will develop in the future with new vegetation and especially new volumes. While I work to the left, Christian helped me in the right part, moving also down some branches. Now it's time to the main right branch. I move down 2 lines that I let grow, and I can use them to rebuild the first pad of the tree. I need also to open up and wire some side lines that otherwise will tend to be a little bit floppy. So I need to give hold to this little foliage so it can get and gain strength. And in spring I still need to let the lower branches grow in order to create a little bit more foliage and set the position that we gave now with the wiring. We can already see that with this new angle, all the tree on the vertical is very nice and elegant and especially very powerful. While we set up the branches, we have also to prune some longer lines that are too much for this styling. As I said, especially in the apex, we need to compact but also to remove some foliage because it's evident as the apex is much more mature than the lower branches that we are almost recreating from zero. Probably in the future I will open up a shari in the center part of the trunk in order to divide the vein in two parts. The tree is coming out very nice, very elegant. The foliage of Kyushu juniper is very compact and beautiful to create nice pads. Christian is a good helper. While I work in one side, is always taking care of the resetting, rewiring, and helping me to create and speed up the work on the tree. And we are almost done with the final shape.
See the horizon turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon turn us to thousands, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on
Now that the main styling is almost finished, I take some time for pruning the top, where I have some stronger part I have to remove in order to redistribute the strength all over the entire canopy, and also clean a little bit more some lines of the lower pad in order to have a better final image. Eventually some inner weak branches that was not cut when we clean the tree I can remove, and also some lower lines. The final touch is to lift a little bit the second elbow to separate from the central curve of the tree using a little piece of copper wire. Creating that space will help us to have a better view, a better image of the complete line of the trunk that is nice and twisted. Final touch to clean the lower start of the left vein of the tree that with the future position in pot will be showed off nicely. And here we are with the final result. I think that the team work beautifully. The final touches on putting some lime sulfur on the deadwood as protection, and also to create the beautiful contrast between the nice white gray color of the deadwood and the beautiful vibrant green of the foliage. Here we are with our Kyushu juniper. Thank you so much for following my YouTube channel. See you at the next.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn